Dear students and viewers, Assalamu alaikum. I welcome you all in my YouTube channel ZAHOOR Chemistry. I am SHIEKH, teacher of high school channel. Today we are going to discuss about the next topic, and the topic is respiration in humans. Let's start with our topic. First of all, in this process of respiration, we are going to know about the organs which take part in the respiration during humans. As in case of respiration, we know that oxygen is taken by the cells, and that particular oxygen is used for the oxidation of food that is stored in our cells, and thereby release of energy takes place there. That is why this respiration is also called the cellular respiration. The organs which are involved in this respiration are, first it is nose, then there is a passage or there is a canal that is called as nasal passage or nasal cavity. Then there is it is basically it is a ring of soft bones that is called as trachea, and then there is bronchi, which these bronchi they diffuse out into further the further branching of these bronchi occurs, that is called as bronchioles. Then there are lungs, and these movement of these lungs, they are controlled by a membrane, and that particular membrane, they separate our thoracic cavity from our remaining body, that is called as diaphragm. What happens during this respiration? We know that we breathe through this nose, and this nose it has two openings. Those openings are called as nostrils, and then there is a passage that is called as a nasal passage. This nasal passage is basically, it has fine hair in it, or it is filled with certain secretions. Those are called as mucus, and their only function is that they prevent any sort of dust, any sort of bacteria to enter directly into our lungs, and for that these fine hair, they prevent it, or they stop that particular foreign substance, and mucus, it destroys it by its chemical nature. Then what happens there? This nasal passage, there are basically two passages. One is a nasal passage and another is that passage, what we call as through which we drop or through which food moves. These two openings, they basically meet at a point. That particular point up to the trachea or up to the windpipe, that particular part is called as the pharynx. Or we can say that this pharynx, it separates this windpipe from this food pipe. And then there are windpipes. Windpipe, it is also called as trachea. It is basically a ring of soft bones, or we can state that it is a ring of cartilages. And what happens there? Basically, it is upper part is connected with larynx, or it is connected with voice box, and this trachea, it opens into two openings. It further opens into two openings, and that openings are called as bronchi. And it is basically a plural. It is singular is bronchus. Means when this is trachea, it has the ring of soft bones. It basically opens into two further canals or two further passages. These are collectively called as the bronchi, and one among them is called as bronchus. Bronchus is the singular, it is one, and two are called as the bronchi. These bronchi, they open into the lungs, or what we call as the thoracic cavity, and these lungs then they open into the diaphragm. This diaphragm, it usually controls the contraction and relaxation of these lungs during the breathe in and breathe out of these gases. And this diaphragm has these lungs have the thin membrane around them. That's called as the pleura. It's a very much thin membrane. These bronchus, they are further branched into. Those branches are called as the bronchioles, and these bronchioles have certain air sacs. Certain air sacs are the pouches of certain pouches whereby air gets exchanged. Those are called as those air sacs are called as the alveoli, and the singular is called as alveolus. And basically these alveoli, they open, or they are surrounded by millions of these blood capillaries, and whereby the exchange of these gases occurs, these respiratory gases occurs, exchange of oxygen and exchange of carbon dioxide occurs. What happened during the when we breathe in? During this particular process, these diaphragm and the muscle as surrounding diaphragm. Diaphragm is the main organ during this respiration process, and the muscles around it, they basically contract, due to which this chest cavity it expands. Chest cavity expands, and during this process, what happens? Air pressure it decreases inside, while as it increases outside. It increases outside, and the air rushes in. And air rushes in. We can say that the oxygen rushes in, and that particular oxygen that moves through nose, nasal cavity, trachea, bronchi. Then we can state that bronchioles, alveoli, and whereby this oxygen it is taken by blood into the different parts of the cells, whereby cellular respiration occurs, and during cellular respiration these byproduct like carbon dioxide is formed, and that particular carbon dioxide, that particular gas is taken by the blood, and it is again carried by these by blood through blood capillaries, and it comes into the lungs back again. And what happens when we breathe out? When we breathe out, during breathe out, reverse of this occurs. This diaphragm and these muscles around it, they relax, due to which chest cavity contracts. Chest cavity contracts, which due to this air pressure increases inside. Air pressure increases inside, and air, or we can say that carbon dioxide is pushed out. In this way, respiratory gases are exchanged between outside and our lungs. Or we can state that in this way the process of breathing occurs, and that particular air is taken into the cells by the blood, and whereby process of respiration occurs. So that was all about today's topic. Have a nice day.